Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushtongallery.com. It is Saturday morning, March 4th, 2023, and I'm going to be photographing and cataloging this week's paintings for the gallery. markrushtongallery.com. Links on the screen in the description. Get the little QR code up in the upper right corner. Think about checking out my gallery, joining the mailing list. You'll get my music updates and as well as the painting updates. And this morning here I am drinking Dr. D's Sparkling Probiotic drink because gut health equals brain health. It's the crisp apple, which honestly this is the most it doesn't really taste like apple. It tastes a little like apple. It's really one of the most, and I love, this is not a knock, it's one of the most inert drinks I've ever had. It just has a slight apple taste, but I like it. You know, it's got the live cultures, just a tiny bit of sugar, water kefir cultures, pink Himalayan salt, organic this and that. They're out of Louisville, Colorado, or as they would say in Kentucky, Louisville. Dr. D's Sparkling Probiotic drink. It's not kombucha, but I like it. I like it even better than the Concord grape, and the Concord grape's pretty good. But if I want something to just kind of drink in the morning other than lemon water, that's what I'm having. Anyway, that out of the way there. And I just promote that because I like that stuff. I'm not getting paid for that. Anyway, so this morning I'm going to be photographing and cataloging this week's paintings that I've completed. And we're going to be working backwards here with last night's painting, which was a book painting. And kind of experimented around with the colors because I have way too much red. What is a book painting? A book painting is exactly that, a book that was damaged or going to be thrown away. And I decided to turn it into a work of art by painting on it with either acrylic ink or acrylic paint. I use kind of a reductive technique to achieve this. It's sort of an abstract landscape motif. I always like to say, if it's like you're driving down the highway here in Iowa or in the Midwest or wherever, and you look over to the side of the road and you see sort of a field and maybe a horizon line, maybe a little bit of sky, that sort of thing. And but then you have the graphics and the text from the book seeping through, which I think is kind of a neat concept. I mean, for decades I've been watching these artists write words on their paintings and everything like that. I'm like, well, why don't I just use somebody else's words? Have them seep through. Maybe there's a story in that. I don't know. So now what I'm going to do is try to get this centered on the page. Be really careful there. And then what I do is I'm mounting this book painting here to cardstock so I can easily put this into a frame and a catalog. I don't think I moved that too much. That looks good. Perfectly nicely centered there. Maybe not perfectly, but you know, So now what I'm going to do is put these in with the pre-cut mat into a store-bought frame. I like to use Blick wood gallery frames. They're pretty nice. I think they look pretty good. Be really good if you had like a series of these, like on a wall or something. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here with this. And now what I do is I don't use like a DSLR or anything like that. I used to have one, but it was such a pain to use. So I just use my smartphone. And then like right here, right with everything. So bear with me while I take some photos. I do one of the frame, and then I try to do one of the mat, and then I try to do like a detail. I like to have at least 3 photos there. And I remove it from the frame. Now I got to come up with a title. Well, we're having a pink sunset. I can't write very well. And I like to put the orientation on here, which is 10 by 8. So this is ready now. All I have to do is upload those images to like Google Photos, then download them and orient them and do any cropping that's needed. And I put those in my Airtable database, which is kind of like my catalog. So I put the title and all that and any like metadata keywords and things like that. And then I add them to the gallery. I won't show you that part of it. I mean, we don't need to see how all the sausage is made now, do we? Now I'm going to go through the rest of these here. I'll talk about these works as I photograph them. So this was earlier in the week. I kind of made sort of a triptych, I guess. But I'm going to put them on as individual paintings. Oh, I got a bunch here. Okay, so this is not a book painting. This is acrylic ink on spun bonded olefin. I don't just do book paintings. I also do these other things as well. Bear with me here. All right. Get this one photographed here. I have a couple of softbox lights aiming down here on the workspace. All right. partly cloudy afternoon. There's another one. This one's next. It's my, I smoothed this out quite a bit more, so you don't really see as much of the olefin fibers. I'm certain I used acrylic paint on this one down here, which is why it looks like that. A little bit different effect. Excuse me here. All right. Now this one's a little difficult because I had to orient it down so much. I wanted to have more of the clouds than the field. What am I going to call this? Dirt field in spring. Dirt field in spring. So original. Why do I make these videos? I know they're not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's a way to show off the artwork. It's a way for me to be somewhat motivated to get these things done. Mainly, it's a way to show off the artwork, talk about it, because otherwise, if I didn't do it, it's difficult for me to talk about the work and show it off. I haven't done a gallery tour for a while. I need to do that, but we artists, we get sidetracked on things, I guess. Most of us would rather just be making new excuse me here. Most of us would rather just be making new artworks. I guess, I don't know. Then maybe building up the inventory a little bit, I don't know. This would be the crackling evening. Looks kind of like an evening scene, doesn't it? nice one. 2 more. Oh, this was a very good week. A very good week. I've really been knocking it out lately. Again, this is to build up inventory. It's not to, and on one hand, I would, talk about the work here, show it off and everything like that. You hope maybe somebody, oh, that's kind of interesting. I might get one of those or whatever, with or without a frame. These are very reasonably priced. All of my artworks are very reasonably priced because my philosophy is that, art should sell. I should be selling regularly. And, so yeah, if the price is low, it's because I want to move works. I think they look good. I got to get them out in front of people. I have to show them off. And, I'd like for them to find houses to be in or offices, whatever. And so a lot of artists out there, they have to make so much per hour or justify it or something like that. It's not like that for me. For me, it's a matter of producing a body of work and an inventory and having it available. So if I have, 40 of these book paintings out there, then I'm just building up the inventory, the body of work. And so, if I'm out somewhere like this spring, this summer, I'd like to do some pop-up art events, and somebody, sees one of these paintings and wants to have more of these. I've got a variety of them, and and it's like I showed up on the scene being born of whole cloth, right? That's how I kind of want to present myself. I was like, well, I just made 2 of these last week. Because the first ones you make, you're like, well, I don't really know where this is going. But after you've made 40 or 50 of them, in 2 months, then you kind of should know where you're going. It's not easy. It's a little philosophical rant there. I could be wrong, but I may be right. I love this one because it's got, again, you get the words sticking in. You have that. You're seeing several things at once. Abstract, landscape, images, graphics. Pretty cool. Line that up in a gallery. My gallery, not somebody else's gallery. Chunk here going off. What are we going to call this? Let's see if there's any words in here that stand out. Path, length, distances. Path. Let's get the hyphen in there. Path, length. Because you never know. Somebody might be looking up that term. That's also a good way to kind of SEO, maybe. Or for people use the term SEO. I also like to use the word discovery. So, because this is a sort of was this a quantitative math sort of book, if I'm not mistaken? It's the hard maths. You put these titles here of these terms that I'm completely unfamiliar with. And so somebody might be looking that up, and then they, they do an image search. They switch over to image search, and this sort of thing is popping up in there. And well, those math majors, a lot of them earn a pretty good salary. You need a little art there for your, office, apartment, workspace. Kind of cool. Oh, this one's great. The dissimilarities: arson, burglary, perjury, shoplifting, vandalism. I thought this was great. Let's get this in here and photograph it. This is the last one. Some of these pages are so good. That one turned out really, really, really good. I mean, I love them all, but some of them turn out to be really exceptional. I think this is one of them. I hate to have favorites, but I look at them and they're all favorites. All right. What do we got here? What are we going to call this? Dissimilarities? Dissimilarities. The word's right there. D-I-S-S-I-M-I-L-A-R. It T's. Well, that's quite a... That'll be fun to type out. All right, so before I go here, let's take another look at the paintings and things that I've cataloged this week here. Oh, I got one more. Not for the catalog, but for just showing off. So this is the thing I worked on yesterday. I'm just going to show this real quick here. I had to do a little contract illustration stuff for the project. And this is falling apart already, but I used a public domain image of a leprechaun, kind of inked him up a little bit there. And hey, it worked. It worked. It's, it's a little rough and lo-fi and sketchy, and well, so are leprechauns, aren't they? Aren't they a little? Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. So there's dissimilarities. Looking good. Path length. Oh, wait. We got a whole bunch here. Crackling evening. Path length distances. I think we'll... There we go. Crackling evening. Dirt field in spring. Partly cloudy afternoon. And a pink sunset. Also inspired by that novella or Pink Sunset for No One. Check her out. She's good. Noveller. She had that album, A Pink Sunset for No One. Maybe I should have called it that. No, that's hers. That'd be wrong. How many pieces is this here? Is this 6? Man, I was productive. I have six things here. It's going to take a little time to get this into the gallery, but anyway, that's it for this morning. Again, Dr. D Sparkling Probiotic Crisp Apple. Look for it in your store. in the refrigerated section. I think this is a great drink. It's sparkling. It's got the probiotics in it. Very, very low amount of sugar. It's vegan, right? So I guess for the time being, I'm being vegan, I guess. I don't know how you would have animal products in a drink, but maybe it's possible. I suppose if you're having like kefir or something like that, which that's fine. Anyway, that's it for this evening, morning. I'm usually on in the evening. So anyway, Mark Rushton Gallery is the website. You can see. No one's a dummy here. We're all smart. Smart Alec. Have a good day.